Humacyte is currently trading at in and around $1. And as always, the first thing we're going to do when examining a new company is to go to Simply Wall Street and to look at the inside ownership of the stock. We can see here that Fresenius Medical Care hold just under 10% of the company. Fresenius Medical Care is a German healthcare company floated on the Frankfurt stock market in Germany. And so back to Humacyte, we can see that Gavril Yushvaev holds just under 5% of the company. And Gavril Yushvaev and family have a net worth of $1.9 billion according to Forbes. And if we look at the Yushvaev family office website, we can see right here it states the Yushvaev family office invests in revolutionary companies focused on transformative and equitable outcomes for consumers. Gavril Yushvaev and his family office have spearheaded investments in a number of companies that provide life-changing products from biotechnology to transportation. And so back to examining Humacyte on Simply Wall Street, the other insiders to pay attention to are Biotech LLC, who hold 1.16%. The United States Securities and Exchange Commission, the SEC, shows that Biotech LLC is an entity controlled by Laura E. Nicholson and Brady W. Duggan. And we can see right here that Laura E. Nicholson is the founder, president, and chief executive officer of Humacyte. Laura E. Nicholson also holds a further 0.59% of the Humacyte stock under the Nicholson Living Trust, which we can see here again on Simply Wall Street, and she maintains indirect ownership of shares through various entities including the Nicholson Living Trust and Biotech LLC. Dr. Laura Nicholson, a world leader in tissue engineering and cellular therapies, founded Humacyte in 2004. She was cited by Time for creating one of the 50 best inventions in 2010, was inducted in the National Academy of Inventors, and named by Fortune magazine as one of the 34 leaders who are changing healthcare. And so over to Humacyte's pipeline, we can see here they've developed these acellular tissue engineered vessels. Acellular tissue engineered vessels, ATEVs, such as the Human Acellular Vessel, HAV, developed by Humacyte, are lab-grown blood vessels designed to replace damaged or diseased arteries and veins. We can see from the Humacyte pipeline that these acellular tissue engineered vessels, ATEVs, have already been approved by the FDA here for vascular trauma repair. And the significance of this treatment is that it's already been successfully used. Humacyte sends first shipment of human acellular vessels to Ukraine as part of humanitarian efforts. Humacyte's innovative bioengineered blood vessel will soon be in the hands of surgeons on the front lines in Ukraine. The human acellular vessel can be used as a conduit for repairing vascular trauma suffered by Ukrainians during the ongoing conflict. The company's investigational HAV is designed to offer off-the-shelf availability and resistance to infections and address limitations in vascular tissue repair. It can be manufactured at a commercial scale. It eliminates the need for harvesting a vessel from a patient, and clinical evidence suggests it is infection resistant and can become durable living tissue. And so since these articles, the treatment acellular tissue engineered vessels has been approved specifically under vascular trauma repair. Humacyte announces FDA approval of SYMVESS, which is the commercial name for the treatment. SYMVESS is the first-in-class bioengineered human tissue designed to be universally implantable vascular conduit for use in arterial replacement and repair. In clinical testing, SYMVESS was observed to have high rates of blood flow and low rates of amputation and infection. Highly experienced sales team already recruited and trained in preparation for commercial launch. And so since this announcement, which was dated December the 19th, 2024, we can now see the sales results for the treatment in 2025. And Humacyte have actually announced $100,000 in the second quarter. During the third quarter of 2025, SYMVESS sales increased substantially, totaling $703,000 for the third quarter. The significant ramp up is due to an increased number of individual hospital and healthcare systems value analysis committee approvals. These VAC approvals unlock hospital buying and clinical adoption of the treatment, and on top of that, they achieve recent inclusion in the US Defense Logistics Agency Electronic Catalog, ECAT, which enables streamlined procurement across US government and military hospitals, which again accelerates real-world commercial adoption of the treatment too. And so one of the critical things to note is this huge sales jump. You know, we've seen $100,000 in the second quarter of 2025, and then this huge upswing of $703,000 for the third quarter. It shows significant growing adoption of the SYMVESS treatment. These VAC approvals include multi-hospital networks, 92 civilian hospitals are now eligible to purchase SYMVESS, and an additional 45 VAC committees are currently conducting their review processes as well. To date, 16 hospitals have ordered SYMVESS, with the majority placing reorders. And so what we see here is that we're in this transitionary period now with this commercially viable product, if you like, SYMVESS. They're making sales with this jump from 100,000 in the second quarter of 2025 to 703,000 in the third quarter. And they're in this period of momentum and movement and progress forward, which is why I see this as being an opportunity to get into this stock right now. On top of that, we can see that Humacyte announces planned marketing authorization application for SYMVESS in Israel. This was reported in early January the 5th, 2026. Feedback from surgeons and hospitals support the need for SYMVESS in Israel, and we are pleased to be moving aggressively forward with our planned marketing authorization application filing this quarter, said Laura Nicholson. Israel represents just our first step in the global expansion of SYMVESS, as we expect that our FDA approval enables expedited commercialization pathways in other territories, including those in Europe and the Middle East. We plan to report further expansion plans for SYMVESS based on the high level of interest we are receiving from healthcare providers in these regions. And so, as we can see, Humacyte have demonstrated proof of concept with their treatment in Ukraine, which has accelerated credibility and adoption, with Israel the next market to enter. They're making the sales that they need, and they're in this process of expansion, this rapid expansion, and trying to enter, like I said, enter into Israel with this vision of then moving into Europe and to the Middle East, as they said. So very much a company in a transitionary period with a lot of expectation and excitement from a commercial standpoint to look forward to over the next 6 months to a year. And so there are a number of other opportunities and catalysts with this stock, which I'm going to go into in a little bit more detail in another video. Thanks for watching. Have a great day, and I will see you in the next one. Take care.